Good morning. My name is Coleman Nelson. In my opinion, there are two major ways to break down how we give: time and money. Last week, Mr. Chris Dowes talked about what it means for him to tithe, which is the monetary side of giving. This week, I'd like to talk about giving our time. For those of you who don't know, I'm here on Guam and LCG respectively because of my work in the military. I actually used to live on Guam though when my father was in the military, and I was a part of the LCG congregation back then too. In 2011, when I was a freshman, going to Guam High, the high school just up on top of the hill behind you guys, there was a work day, much like the work day we had 2 weeks ago where we cleared out the area behind us. The parking lot was actually it had just been redone, and this was when we painted those yellow lines and the yellow curbs out there. Our pastor at the time, Pastor Jeff, or Jeff Johnson, lined it up to where we were both working on the same plant bed outside. He wanted to talk about the upcoming mission trip that our youth group was going to have to the Philippines. He had heard that I did not plan on going along. Now in my mind, I didn't really think that I knew enough about Christianity to be an effective missionary. I had some kind of thought that a missionary was someone who had to be able to convince someone to accept God right then and there on the spot. I was also kind of worried about how expensive it would be to travel and stay in a foreign country. I don't really think I brought up my initial concerns about not knowing enough or thinking that I wasn't the right fit to be a missionary. I think I mostly just told him that I thought it would be too expensive. And Pastor Jeff explained that it might cost less than I think, and that I'd probably be surprised at how much fundraisers would be able to cover for the trip. He had experience in foreign countries as a missionary, and he really thought it was an experience that I would enjoy, and he really recommended that I go. I reconsidered, and I did end up going. Here's a picture. No, I will not get a new phone. It's probably not even cracked. It's probably just the projector, to be honest. Over the trip, I realized that there were no special convincing skills needed to be a missionary. What it really boiled down to was us using the skills and knowledge that we already had, like playing games, singing Bible songs with the kids, reading them Bible stories, and spending time with them. That's really what giving our time is. It may not seem like anything special, but sometimes playing games and singing songs is all it takes to be an influence on someone. Maybe someday they will look back on that influence, somebody from the church coming and spending time with them, and it'll be one of the pieces to the puzzle that moves them to accepting the Lord as their Savior. We don't have to travel to a foreign country to have this same effect on people. Giving our time here on Guam can be as simple as doing a reading when we see it's open, or being a greeter when we see the same people have been the greeter for the past couple weeks in a row. Even being that friend in your friend group that doesn't use the Lord's name in vain can be a good way to give your time and influence. Or even giving a smile and greeting someone when it looks like they need it. I'd like to close with a short but sweet Bible verse. It doesn't tie directly back to the theme of giving, but it is kind of one of those all-encompassing Bible verses. Back when I was confirmed at LCG all those years ago, it was my Bible verse that I gave at the confirmation ceremony. It's Philippians 4:13. Does anyone in the congregation right now know it by heart, and would you like to say it? I'm just kidding, guys. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. Thank you.